20 Fun Facts That You'll Love to Know, Part 2. Have you ever wondered how many times you've walked around the world? Or where your smallest bone is? And what is a Jesus nut? Well, get your answers here and so much more with these 20 random, fun facts that you will love to know. Number 1. Honeybees can recognize human faces. For a long time, we believed that only large-brained mammals could distinguish faces. But the humble honeybee shook that theory up. Bees can distinguish between many different flowers, so it was theorized that they might tell people apart. Scientists discovered that honeybees could recognize a familiar face, even days after being trained to do so. Fun fact: bees see faces in a compilation of 5,000 individual images, kind of like pixels. Number 2. The Battle of Hastings didn't actually take place in Hastings. The Battle of Hastings didn't actually take place in Hastings. In 1066, the Battle of Hastings was fought between the English forces under King Harold Godwinson and the Norman and French troops under William the Conqueror. The battle is commonly known today as the deciding point in the Norman conquest of England. Despite the name, the actual battle took place 7 miles, 11 kilometers, away from Hastings, in a town now known as Battle. Number 3. Human blood cells have different lifespans. What is the lifetime of blood cells? Red blood cells circulate the human body for about 4 months. In comparison, white blood cells range from a few hours to several days. Platelets circulate the body for about 9 days. Platelets are cells that circulate our blood, and they bind together when they find damaged blood vessels. Number 4. A swarm of 20,000 bees followed a car for 2 days because their queen was stuck inside. A 68-year-old grandmother got quite the surprise returning from a nature reserve when a queen bee got trapped in her car. She parked her car to go shopping, and returned to a car covered in bees. The bees were safely removed from the car, and the lovely old lady made her way home. Much to her surprise, the bees were back the next day. It seems that the queen bee was still inside, and the bees followed her the whole way home. This time, they were all removed, and they, fortunately, didn't return. Number 5. Eating carrots can turn your skin orange. Carrots are full of the natural pigment beta-carotene. This pigment is what gives carrots their vibrant orange color. If you eat an excessive amount of carrots, the beta-carotene can enter your bloodstream. This would give your skin an orange glow. The medical name for this condition is carotenemia. While it's not one of the best things to have, it's generally harmless. Number 6. Bob Dylan's birth name was Robert Zimmerman. When Bob Dylan was fresh out of high school, he chose the stage name Elston Gunn, but this didn't stick for long. For a while, he went by his first and middle name, Robert Allen, but that didn't feel right either. Eventually, he came upon the name Bob Dylan and officially changed his name to this on August 2, 1962. Nobody knows why he chose this name, but many people, including Dylan himself, have told different stories over the years. Number 7. A crocodile can't poke its tongue out. Crocodiles cannot stick their tongues out because it's attached to the roof of their mouths. While this may not seem very practical, it's actually quite convenient for crocodiles. It means that they can't bite their tongues while snapping their powerful jaws together. Number 8. Sea otters hold hands when they sleep so they don't drift away from each other. While it may look like a couple of otters being adorable, it's actually a life-saving strategy. This technique is most commonly seen with mothers and their pups. That's a baby otter. Another way they stay still in choppy seas is by grabbing onto long strands of kelp that grow up from the seabed. If you love this fact, check out these 15 utterly awesome facts about otters. Number 9. A small child could swim through the veins of a blue whale. We all know blue whales are enormous, but this puts it into a whole new perspective. The largest animals on the planet, Blue whales can grow as large as 100 feet 30 meters long and weigh up to 150 tons 152,407 kilograms. Their hearts are obviously huge too, about the same size as a small car. So it's no surprise that a child of 3 or 4 could swim with ease through a blue whale's massive veins. Number 10. The word, y'all, dates back to at least 1631. Whether you like it or not, the shortening of, you all, to, y'all, is here to stay. For a long time, people believed the term originated sometime in the 18th or 19th centuries, but in fact, it's been in use for much longer. In 1631, English scholar William Lyell wrote the following in a book on Ethiopian history. The captive men of strength I gave to you, the weaker sold, and this y'all know is true. Number 11. J.K. Rowling chose the unusual name, Hermione, so young girls wouldn't be teased for being nerdy. J.K. Rowling came upon the name Hermione from a character in William Shakespeare's A Winter Night's Tale. Rowling wanted to use a name that wasn't commonly used. She said that when choosing the name, she didn't want a lot of fairly hard-working little girls to be teased if ever the book was published. Number 12. Hewlett Packards, also known as HP, name was decided in a coin toss in 1939. Bill Hewlett and Dave Packard met in the early 1930s while studying engineering. Several years later, they started their own company, operating from a tiny garage. In 1939 they cemented their partnership and decided on the company's name. It would simply be the hyphening of their two surnames. To decide on the order in which their names would be presented, they flipped a coin. The winner would give the final choice. Dave Packard won the coin toss, but he preferred how Hewlett Packard sounded, so they stuck with that. You may also like these top 100 fun facts about technology. Number 13. There are a total of 1,710 steps in the Eiffel Tower. Standing at 108 stories tall, the Eiffel Tower is one of Europe's most iconic landmarks. The Eiffel Tower was constructed in 1889, and until 1930 it was the tallest building in the world. So it's no surprise that it's often found on people's bucket lists. To reach the top of this 1,063 feet 324 meters tall marvel, you must climb 1,710 steps. However, guests are only allowed to climb the stairs until the first platform. From there, they must take an elevator to the top. Number 14. The names of the Pokémon Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan are based on Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan. The two fighting-style Pokémon Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan have been present within the games since their debut on Game Boy. As Pokémon is a Japanese creation, the original names of most creatures were quite different. When Pokémon was introduced to the Western world, their names were also westernized. So these Pokémon were named after internationally famous martial artists. The third Pokémon of the Hitmons, Hitmontop, is also named after a martial artist, Larry Top. If you love Pokémon, you'll love this list of fun facts about the original 151 Pokémon. Number 15. Pigs are considered to be the world's 5th smartest animal. Pigs are very smart animals. Ah, pigs. They roll around in muck and filth, eat any scraps left around for them, and for some, are quite delicious. That's not all, though. It turns out that they're incredibly intelligent. Pigs can solve puzzles better than chimpanzees, and they have some of the best long-term memories known in animals. Number 16. Pirates wore earrings because they believed they improved their eyesight. In fact, there are many reasons why pirates wore earrings. Some pirates would use trinkets for earrings from faraway lands. This was to show how well-traveled they were. Pirates believed that the precious metals in their earrings were magical and it would protect or enhance their eyesight. Also, pirates believed earrings could aid in seasickness and prevent them from drowning. Number 17. Los Angeles' original name is El Pueblo de Nuestra Señora la Reina de Los Angeles de Porciuncula. Spanish colonists founded the city that is now known as Los Angeles in 1769. And in 1781, another group of 44 settlers made the new town their home. The Spanish governor named the city, El Pueblo de Nuestra Señora la Reina de Los Angeles de Porciúncula. In English, this means, the town of Our Lady the Queen of the Angels of Porciúncula. As the name is quite a mouthful, it became shortened until it finally became Los Angeles. So now, Los Angeles is just, the Angels. Number 18. The Twitter bird actually has a name, Larry. When Twitter was founded in 2006, its logo was purchased from a stock image website. The bird logo has had small changes to its appearance in the years since. It wasn't until the 2010s that a Twitter employee revealed that it's actually called Larry. Twitter has since confirmed this and stated that the name comes from Larry Bird, who is a famous Hall of Fame basketball player. The species of Larry the bird remains a secret. Number 19. Octopuses actually have 6 arms and 2 legs. Animals that walk on 2 appendages use their bottom 2 for walking and the top 2 for manipulating objects. It seems that octopuses also similarly favor some of their tentacles. 6 of an octopus's tentacles are used in the same way we would use our arms and are used for purposes such as eating. Octopuses use their remaining 2 tentacles for walking, making them just like legs. Unlike humans, octopuses do not favor one side over the other. So for an octopus, there's no such thing as being left or right tentacle. Number 20. Pound cake got its name because the original recipe contained a pound of butter, sugar, flour, and eggs. Why do we call it a pound cake? The simple measurements made the recipe easy to remember. Few people could read back then, so an easy-to-remember recipe was key. 1 pound of each ingredient would have made the cake big enough to feed multiple families. The portions were adjusted over time, to make the cakes smaller and lighter, but the name stayed the same. Bonus fact: the German chocolate cake has nothing to do with Germany. A Texan invented the cake and used baking chocolate named after the creator, Sam German. We hope you enjoyed these 20 random fun facts part 1. If you want to watch some more fun facts, you can subscribe and activate bell. Please share these fun facts with your friends and on your social network sites. We know your friends will love them too.